Hello and welcome to my presentation. My name is Courtney Myles. This presentation is for the One Health, One Medicine, a Sustainable Approach course. I have chosen rabies as a zoonotic disease. Rabies has been around for centuries. However, it wasn't until the 1880s that Louis Pasteur actually identified a virus as being the cause. It is a neurotropic RNA virus, and there are 12 different varieties in the lyssavirus genus. RABV is the classical rabies virus and most important to public and animal health. Humans, mammals, and vertebrates serve as natural hosts. It is zoonotic, which means it's transmissible from animals to humans. However, all mammals are susceptible. Once symptoms appear, rabies is typically always fatal. The virus can be transmitted before the onset of clinical signs, as it has been shown to remain at the site of entry for some time before traveling to the brain. It occurs in both domestic and wild animals. Carnivores can circulate different variants and act as reservoirs for the virus. It is considered endemic in some countries, typically in Africa and Asia. Some countries have succeeded in becoming rabies-free, according to the World Organization of Animal Health. Switzerland, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Czech Republic have all eliminated rabies in wildlife, proving it can be done. There are two cycles for rabies, the urban cycle where dogs act as the main host, and the Zoonotic cycle where wildlife acts as the main host. These cycles can occur simultaneously. However, the urban cycle occurs most often in the southern hemisphere, and the Zoonotic cycle occurs most often in the northern hemisphere. It is estimated that 60 to 70,000 humans die every year from rabies. Canine-mediated rabies is one of the most important zoonoses. Children are the most frequent victims, with the majority of cases occurring in rural areas in Asia and Africa. These also tend to be the poorest countries. The only way to positively identify the virus is to perform lab tests that are performed after death and require the brain. There are currently no tests available to diagnose rabies on a live animal or human. Rabies presents in two ways: furious rabies, which is the most common form of rabies found in animals, and paralytic rabies, also known as dumb rabies, where the behavior changes are quite minimal. Early signs in humans can include a fever or headache. Death results from progressive paralysis. Rabies, again, is typically always fatal after symptoms appear. However, there is post-exposure prophylaxis, which requires immediate vaccination, local treatment of any wounds, and administration of the rabies immunoglobulin. There are several strategies to prevent rabies. It is 100% preventable. The number one strategy is vaccines. They protect against all variants except for the MOKV, which is the Macola virus, and LBV, which is the Lagos bat virus. The duration must be at least 1 year for all vaccines. They are available in injectable or oral forms. Some other strategies include information campaigns, raising public awareness, teaching responsible animal ownership, and animal welfare. Mass vaccination of dogs has proven to be the best way to prevent rabies. However, we also have to include companion animals, livestock, wildlife, and feral populations. We need to make cases reportable and have surveillance programs in place for this. We need to ensure laboratories and veterinarians have the diagnostic capability needed for rabies. Researching to understand the disease in each area can come in handy. Trap-neuter release programs are good for feral populations of animals that need to be vaccinated. You can trap, vaccinate, and then release. We also need to improve access to human health care as well as sanitation. Why do we still have rabies? The biggest issue is, of course, money. Vaccines and the rabies immunoglobulin cost quite a bit of money, and many of the countries that actually need it can't afford it. Some other issues are location, ease of access. Developed countries tend to forget about rabies as it doesn't occur every day, so we need to remind them that it is still an issue. Some countries have to develop a list of priorities. There are some areas where Obviously, there are other issues happening. We need to prioritize and decide what needs to come first. Solutions. There is an action plan in place. The World Health Organization, the World Organization for Animal Health, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization have all banded together to create an action plan. I believe we need to roll this out and move faster. We need more people on the ground. We need to get those information packets out faster and more efficiently. Research and data quality is another issue. I believe we need to create a world standard so that our numbers match and are actually true. The other issue I find is we need to assist countries in accessing other resources as needed. So utilizing local organizations and governments and bringing everybody together to work together towards the goal of eradicating rabies. Hopefully this will help, and in the long run we can get rid of rabies, hopefully in not too long of a period. Thank you.